3, 2, 1.
We're back in Kerbal Space Program with a giant problem that we need to fix. But first, is GrimmanGaming.com and help the Headhunter Space Program fly further, faster. Head down to the description below. All's quiet on board Outlaw Star. But there's been a development. Kerbal Space Program will be updating with a new pack of content, which adds a boatload of stuff that I want aboard our Explorer craft. I'm calling it that because we're gonna ditch half of the modules aboard the current ship configuration, which will effectively allow us to rename the ship to something less anime referencey. Also, check out the new skybox. Isn't it beautiful? Holy shit! The game has since updated, but with the upcoming update, which is called the Breaking Ground, which will be out on the 15th of this month, so next week, we will be ditching the engine block, which needed pretty much exactly half of its fuel in order to get us in orbit around the Mun. Not only that, we will be ditching the tool shed, which, the reason for this is because they are going to be adding deployable science kits, which we're gonna need that. Now, we're either gonna stick those on, now, I'm hoping that this is gonna be a thing on, like, some kind of module, like a toolbox that we can just pull out, but I'm not sure yet. I think it has to be a module on the lander somewhere. But I was hoping we could have like a storage module on board, similar to what we have on this particular module right here. But right now, this is just sort of battery power plant sort of area. Not only that, the main reason we're ditching the tool shed is because they are bringing in robotic parts, which means that the experimental arm project that we detached from Celestia 2, the space station, can now go into its Mark II phase and be 1,000,000 times more efficient, which means we're going to have a robotic arm on board our Explorer craft. But before we even think about that, we are in orbit around the moon, and we have some Kerbals out on EVA. Jebediah Kerman recently returned to the moon for, like, the 7th fucking time. Like, jeez. Give someone else a turn. Anyway, we are here visiting the Munbase Alpha base. So we will be picking up some science packs, delivering a rover for their use, and a interesting third mission, which I will get into. Interesting third mission objective. I don't even know if it's gonna work. Whew. First thing I'm gonna have to do, though, is examine our star shot. Cause, oh god, it's bouncing, star shot. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Save it, Jeb! Save the star shot! That is literally your ride home. Okay, I think it's done. That third mission that I mentioned is more of a mission with the Starshot Resurgence model. Whether or not it's gonna work, I still have no clue. Jeb's fucking happy about this. The Munbase is over there somewhere. I think that's it. Could be wrong. I do know we are within visual range of it, though. There it is! We have visual contact on our Munbase. You can see the Kerbals out there now. Alright, Jeb's gonna go visit. I don't think Jeb has been to the Munbase. I could be wrong. He might have been here on... He is standing still. He's definitely standing still. You know what? Just... What the... Jeb? Jeb, respond. Switch to something else. That works. Alright, Jeb. Work with me, Jeb. That's the base. That's the robot at the base. That's Rover 1 and 2. That's their 2 smart. The landing beacon. Kerbal, 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 flag. Starshot! Alright, Jofke. This is Jofke's turn to... What the fuck is up with your eyes? Okay, there they go. Right, Jofke's on the mind. He's got the blue spacesuit. Because he's old-fashioned. He's an old-fashioned space dog. This guy's been everywhere. Everywhere that Kerbal kind has been to, Jofke's been along for the ride. All the major missions, at least. He's a regular badass. Alright, Jeb, you good? Yeah, Jeb's good. Get in the car! Alright. Ah! I forgot the RCS was still enabled. Okay, back. What the? Okay, control from Kerbal. I think the probe body is backwards. That's why we were getting inverted controls. And by inverted, I mean with WASD keys. S was going backwards for some reason. Alright, just take it easy with that car. Look at that, it's got cup holders. It's more of a leftover strut bit, but we play it off like it's a cup holder. How do they drink it is beyond me. They're all wearing helmets. We could get this thing up to 4, maybe 5 miles an hour. Goose seems to be less dense. Keep the experiment. See, because this thing carries all the science necessary to do whatever you need. It's a good car. It's also standard issue on every possible landing ever. Alright, now let's see if we can spot the base from here. It's definitely over this next ridge. It is certainly a bit of a drive, though, isn't it? Jeb's like, I know what I do. Actually, they both seem to be enjoying it. They know that the 2 Smart is the most reliable piece of equipment ever. Ever constructed by the Headhunter space program. Wait, there it is. We have visual contact. There it is over there. These guys have been up here for like 15 goddamn years. So, yeah, it is not great. Supposedly we have direct contact with the Kerbal Space Center, but I can't see Kerbin from here. Unless we're going to... Kerbin is below the horizon line, actually. There it is. The thing about the Munbase Alpha, though, is that Munbase Alpha is hopelessly, helplessly, hilariously under-equipped at this point, because we launched it back when the game was in beta, and it never got an update. I did have an idea to send up other buildings, but that just never happened. Or at least it hasn't happened yet. We haven't even had the maiden voyage of Outlaw Star yet. Again, we're ditching half of Outlaw Star. And to be quite frank, I'm not entirely happy with Outlaw Star's cockpit either. Or the bridge, as we should be calling it. So get us up a little bit faster, guys. Come on. This thing has enough electric charge to run for about 5 minutes without sunlight, and then even then, it has enough solar panels to keep itself going in sunlight. This model is also equipped with a radioisotope thermoelectric generator, which basically means we can run this thing indefinitely. I know it looks like we just crammed a whole bunch of crap onto a rover, but trust me, this is a good car. Otherwise, we wouldn't keep using it. It's a very good car. Anyway, just thinking here. Thinking, how much weight we could shed off of the Star Shot for our trip home. Because at this point, I don't even think that the engine that we have equipped is going to be able to handle it. The trip home, I mean. Unless, of course, we transfer fuel in from the Star Shot itself. Because the Star Shot, the main module, is coming back with us. The service module and the capsule are coming back to Kerbin orbit, at which point 3 crew will return to Kerbin, and then we will send up a shuttle to get the rest of the crew. Also, in between episodes here, the shuttle has been built. Okay, the shuttle has been finished. And good news is, I think it's even lighter than the Star Shot. Like the current Star Shot. Which means that we could just mount it on top of a good old Eagle Heavy and be done with it. The engine block... Well, actually, let's talk about the tool shed before we get into the next engine block. The new engine hasn't even been designed yet. Toolshed 2, as I'm now calling it, however, Toolshed 2 we can also launch on top of a standard Eagle Heavy, hopefully. I'm thinking that Toolshed 2 is going to be a cargo bay, like one of the shuttle cargo bays, hopefully. And then we could just cram a bunch of stuff in there and have an extravehicular workshop equipped with science and whatnot. Actually, no. Toolshed is supposed to be docking ports, isn't it? Fuck, I'm sorry. But we do need to find a way to get a robotic arm on it. So we'll work on it. Toolshed 2 hasn't even been designed yet because we haven't gotten the parts yet. The engine block is going to have to be launched on an even bigger rocket than the Starshot Singularity. Not Starshot, the Singularity Eagle. Eagle is the second word in that one. Fuck. Ah, Anyway, that hasn't been designed yet, but the rocket, the lifting rocket, has been designed. And if you guys keep up with our Twitter, you'll know that that one is called the God Rocket. And that will be launched when the engine has been deemed ready to go. Anyway, that was a good way to pass the time. Welcome to Munbase Alpha. This is the base. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, don't applaud all at once. It's not that great. Let's meet the crew. That's the star shot. Jobo is hanging out over there. Anyway, this is this right here. This is Billy Bobguard, commander of the Munbase. He's been up here the longest. He was pre-decided that Billy Bobguard would come up and just not come back. Take some surface samples here, because these guys have been transmitting science for God knows how long. A little variety helps. For the first time in a very long time, we will be able to send science back. Like actual solid science. Billy Bobguard, ladies and gentlemen. He's a regular space jockey. He's been up here for 19 years. And 76 days. Let's get you into the lander can. And yes, this is the old lander can. Kelsey Kerman is here too. Chief Scientist. Landrin Kerman, Chief Engineer. That's a ring. Don't worry about it. That's our Too Smart. That's the star shot again. A flag. This right here, this is Hudsey. Good old Hudsey over here. Him and Joffnard have been hanging out just forever. Joffnard being not related to Joffkey. Joffkey and Joffnard. Joffnard is the chief of vehicles up here on the Munbase, which means he gets to drive the Too Smart. And check it out. This is an older generation Too Smart. Back before we underloaded the radioisotope thermoelectric generator and put the trunk on. I don't know how much gas this one has left. This is a landing beacon from Old Landing. This is their Too Smart. That's from the Old Landing. This is, oh yeah, Dunrim. He was supposed to drive off and never come back, but he got bored, so he came back. Also, the rover wasn't very good at scaling the cliffs surrounding the crater rim. So that's a problem. And after that, there's an even bigger crater they have to climb out of. So, yeah, that's a bigger problem. Turns out the moon is full of craters. Who would have guessed? Ah. There are two flags here. The two rovers are called Mark and Gazer. Just in case anyone was wondering. Probably no one. They do, however, have a built-in material bay to their Munbase. They also generate enough power here to sustain themselves indefinitely, and it's not like they're lacking a communications array either. Anyway, go ahead and observe this material. Okay, sure. I'll get our scientist right on it. Kelsey. Go ahead and observe that material bay. Figure out what's going on. Alright, you're gonna keep that experiment. Go ahead and transfer it over to the rover. I also think that the Munbase used to not be on a hill. Because the thing about the Mun is it used to not have hills, and now it has hills. Remove the data and restore. Clean it out. Yep. Good. Good to go. I don't believe... Oh, no, wait. They do have a mystery goo container. They do have mystery goo containers that's off of, one of the main monopropellant tanks. Because this thing had to fly down on its own power. These modules were pre-assembled on Kerbin, and then a big, huge, enormous rocket had to lift it onto the Mun surface. Okay, we're gonna have to jetpack this. Take it easy. Alright, observing. Keep. Collect. Yes, and restore it. Good hovering. Really good hovering, actually. I couldn't have done it better myself. Alright, so let's go ahead and stow that. Storing. So somehow it was able to, alright, reset their mystery goo container that's on the rover. I like to imagine that when they do this, they're laughing. Like right now, Joffkey's just going, Okay, careful. Try not to hit the main panel. Good. Alright. Back on board our, big ol' Munbase. His docking ports originally carried our 3 rovers. What? 3 rovers? Yeah, there's a robot here, too. And it's fucking useless! Let me see if I can find him. Joffnard, Munshot 17, the landing beacon, the lander rover, Gazer, Mark, Jake! Jake is useless, because Jake likes to fall over a lot. Toggle the brakes, and, oh yeah, also, Jake is, for some reason, inverted. His wheels are too close together, and I also think he's rather top-heavy. He's also not very energy efficient, like, even in the slightest. Also, that's his turning. All his wheels turn in different directions. You know, he just sucks! He just sucks! He's the worthless robot. Of course, now these docking ports, if we so desired, we could get other modules up here. A big old science lab wouldn't go amiss, now would it? We just need to recreate this particular Munbase back on Kerbin, and then design modules to the exact height. And also make sure it's only with vanilla parts, because so help me God if we lose those in updates. Crew report. Alright. So yeah, that's Munbase Alpha. More of an outpost than a base, really? We really need to get some updates up here. Maybe that'll be a thing for later videos. Now, on to the third expeditionary thing that we're gonna do. And it's even insaner than before. We are going to attempt to bring Billy Bob Guard home. That's right, home. On a star shot that will carry 4 people in a craft designed to carry 3. First, we gotta get him there. On a rover designed to carry 2. This is how we're gonna do. Oh, wait. I fucked up. Ah, fuck. It's okay. Too Smart has incredible suspension. See, look at that. Actually, that's concerning. What the fuck is going on? Stop that! I remember old rover prototypes that I came up with. I wanted the Kerbals to be on the exterior, but this was so early in the game's development that exterior seating hadn't been added yet. So I called it the Space Tractor. It had the very basic frame of the Too Smart, which was... But it was... They had to hold on to ladders, basically. Alright. So you're gonna grab that ladder, and we're gonna do the most precarious thing we could ever do with a Too Smart, which is carry 3 people. The Too Smart, well, a very good vehicle, ideally can only carry 2 people. It was never truly designed to carry 3. But that ladder technically gives us the option to do so. Technically. He just has to hold on for dear life as we accelerate over the rocky Martian surface. And if he falls, not only are we going to roadkill his ass underneath the rover, which actually there might be enough space underneath for that we'll skip. Still, he's still gonna bite his goddamn face all over the goddamn regolith. Science term, regolith, is the dust on the uppermost surface of the moon. That's why we got them footprints. The new update is also adding new suits to the game, which look very cool, I might add. They look like proper suits that should be worn by members of the crew of the expeditionary ship, which I'm thinking is going to be named the Destiny for some reason, or Pegasus. I'm leaning towards Pegasus. I watched this old TV special, which it was fictional in nature, but it was based off of hard science facts. It was about this ship called the Pegasus. They went to Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, and they were supposed to go to Pluto, but some guy died and they went home. And, by the way, yes, this was before we had pictures of Pluto, which I'm guessing is why they didn't go. They went to a comet instead. And that ship was called the Pegasus. And no, sorry, I don't remember what the special was called. Also, I don't remember where we parked. I think that's our ship over there. There's our way home, Billy Bob Guard. How the hell we're gonna get him home is beyond me, though. Wait, is that it? Yeah, that's probably it, because that's the most distinguishing looking thing out there. The rest of these are rocks. That looks like a star shot. We're breaking a ton of new ground with everything that this frickin' expedition is doing. This is the first journey of a reusable starship. And by reusable, I mean we're about to ditch half of it for upgrades already. This is the first time we'll be ascending a star shot that carries 4 people. Which, still nervous about that. But that's what we're doing in this episode. And if we fuck up, one of these Kerbals is going to be the first Kerbal to die on the Mun. Oh, we got our work cut out for us, don't we? Out of curiosity, how much jetpack fuel does Billy Bobguard have left? I'm just wondering, because this might go bad. Alright, slow it down, slow it down. We're carrying 3 people here, and one of them could fall off at any moment. Yeah, that's definitely the ship. I like that little antenna that sticks up the top now. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. Apparently, Mechanical Jeb is somewhere on this machine, but I'm not seeing it. I think I forgot where we stashed the Mech Jeb. There is a Mech Jeb, because we got the pull-down menu. Thing is, though, I usually prefer to drive this thing myself. Well, they're happy. Is he happy? Or is he just super fucking nervous because he's holding on for dear life? Nah, he's smiling. They're all smiling. Especially Jofke. Jofke, the bravest of us all! If we come to any ridiculously sudden hills, he's gonna fall the fuck off. He's gonna slam straight into the terrain, and that'll be the end of him. We'll have to call the Munbase, tell them to send out a recovery rover to get his corpse. He is carrying the crew report, right? I don't think he packed it in the trunk. Though then again, we're going to unload the trunk the moment we're back at the ship, so... The plan is to pack up and unpack, pack up, then leave. Pack everything. We're carrying so much science home! After this, particular leg of them, after this episode, next episode, we're going to be, transferring everyone back Kerbin's side, with our new shuttle, and then we're going to be deorbiting the engine. We'll probably just detach half the rocket and send the engine home. Just deorbit it. Just straight in the ocean. It doesn't have any heat shielding. It'll probably burn up really good. It should be a spectacular sight, actually. Unless I decide to land the beast. It is by far the most powerful engine we have in any space environment right now. Because, like, what else do we got? The lifting engines for a star shot. Maybe a lander somewhere. And again, that thing does need powerful ass engines. I'm thinking what we're going to do for our next experimental engine is we're just gonna get a boatload of atomic rocket motors and just go to town with it. Because that engine is brutally efficient. Brutally. Unless we want to try ion engines with just a slow-ass ship. Slow as hell. Acceleration. We'd also need a massive solar array to get that working. And a huge battery array. Alrighty, IDO, we're here. Hi diddly ho, spaceship. It's like we never left. We haven't been on EVA that long. Emergency deceleration, and by emergency, it's not really that urgent. Alright, Jeffkey, you do the honors of unpacking the trunk. Bleh, bleh. He's struggling for some reason. Do not hit that antenna. It is literally the most breakable part of the rover. Got it. Yeah. Science. All right. Stow it. Board it. All right. How are we going to get Billy Bobguard home? That is the next challenge. Billy Bobguard. I'm going to need you to let go. Also, don't kick the rover. We need to leave this for the Munbase. You are carrying the... Yeah, he is carrying some data. Alright. I hate myself for saying this. But I think he's gonna have to ride on the outside of the rocket. So... First things first. Oh, this is gonna suck. Billy Bobguard, please refuel your tank and then exit the vehicle. There's no easy way to say this, but you're gonna have to just hang on for dear life on the ladder. Oh no. Don't worry, I didn't forget Jeb. Jeb is, however, that rover's in a precarious position, isn't it? Oh my god, that's the brakes holding it! It's just the brakes holding on to the fucking rover. Are you telling me the back here is balanced so well that it just... Maybe it's just that it's back heavy, I don't know. Okay. This is gonna suck. Ideally, we would have some other Kerbal that rode here hang on to the outside of the rocket, but... This is Billy Bobguard we're talking about. Okay. Billy! Billy! Billy boy! Billy Meister, Billy Ramba, the Billy Lily Ding Dong. He is definitely going to die, isn't he? Oh boy. Cannot quick save when Kerbals are on the ladder. That's a thing, isn't it? Okay. Easy, just float back down there. Okay, now save. I wanted him to do it with a full tank, but... Spin yourself, damn it! See, this is the problem. We retracted the ladder. Okay. This should work, right? There's no wind resistance. But then again, we're going to be launching with 4 atomic rocket motors. And that's... And that's just the ascent stage. The orbital stage is the frickin' poodle engine. The REL-10. Basically, he's going to... Basically, he just has to hold on for dear life. Okay. Activate ascent guidance. And do not auto-warp. Proceed. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Why did you redeploy the panels? Oh, he's looking nervous as fuck! Who wouldn't look nervous as fuck, though, in this particular situation? He basically has to hang on for dear life. He is just not having a good time. This is not a good situation for literally anyone, though. We're bringing a Kerbal home via the exterior of the ship. This has never been done ever in the entire history of the Headhunter space program. Everyone else on the interior, oh, they're fine. Billy Bobgard, however, he's not fine. Billy is the opposite of fine. There go the ascent engines. Descent and ascent engines, I might add. Brutally efficient. And now we run with a poodle engine until we get back to the ship. Oh my god, okay. He's held on so far, but node in T-minus 15 minutes. And I refuse to time accelerate as well. Which means I have to sit here for 15 minutes. Holy shit. Well, I'm gonna go make a sandwich. Fuck. What the hell happened? I don't know. Get him back on the ladder. He just sort of fell off as I went to go make a sandwich. I came back and he was not on the ladder. Fucking scared the shit out of me for a second. Don't do that. Okay, back to waiting. Alright, we're 2 minutes out from engine burn. And Billy Bobgard is still holding on. Still hanging in there. And like, after all, where's he gonna go? Other than, you know, back to the mud. How would he get back to the mud? Well, that's what, originally I was planning that's what his jetpack would be for. But I don't know if he has enough gas left in the tank to slow his descent enough. And even then, after that, he's stranded on the moon! The Mun. Minmus. No, Minmus is the other one. Anyway, we're just hoping that he doesn't let go of the ladder. He's backwards now, so I don't know if that's gonna affect anything. But we've made it this far. We just need to circularize our orbit. And actually, after that, I will be worrying way less. Because not only are we getting a relatively high orbit, that means we'll be going slower. However, also, we timed this ever so perfectly because the ship is around there, so it's behind us, but it will be going faster, so eventually it will pass us, at which point we could go ahead and get a relatively quick intercept. Hopefully. T-minus 23 seconds till possibly Billy Bobgard's death. Actually, it won't be his death, but he is going to be rather close to the firing of this rocket engine. Five! Okay, we're already burning. What? Don't let go, man! Whatever you do! Oh my god! Don't scare me like that! Oh my god, he's smiling. He's smiling. Why the hell are you smiling? What have you got to smile about? You have to sit on the exterior of a rocket for how long has it been now? 21 minutes. This is the most terrifying 21 minutes of his life, isn't it? What's your role, Billy? I don't know. We'll find out once we get back to the ship. Speaking of getting back to the ship, this took a while, so we're gonna bring us on home next episode. So with that, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button really hard with your head. Yeah. Don't actually do that, though. Check the power. Actually, this thing's running two thermoelectric generators, so we're probably fine on that.